Well, good evening and welcome to Double K Home Projects. Well, this evening we're going to be working on converting an old film into digital. We have to go through the whole process of cleaning the film, cleaning the old reel, and I'll show you that here in a minute, actually unpacking it from the box. I have to write down what's on the box so that I can identify the film later, and it's just a little process I have to do, and I will show you these steps that I take to make a digitized version of an 8mm or a Super 8 film strip, movie film, old silent home movies. Okay, the first thing I have to do is I dug out a box that I've got quite a few of these boxes of film that's developed, well, let's see. It doesn't really have a date on here, but I would say this was about 1967. I'm judging it by the age that I was, because I'm on this film. I was 4 years old. So I'm saying that this is around 67 when it was filmed. So get this box, and what we have here is, these are so old that you start getting oxidation on the reels themselves, the plastic reels. And so what I do is I take this film completely off of this reel. I reel it, and I clean it as I go, and I clean the film, and it goes onto another reel, and I'll show you that process here in a minute. And then I take this old reel and I scrub it with a little brush down in here and try to get as much of that crud off of there as I can. But it's hard to do. It doesn't all come off, but I do the best I can. I'm sure there's probably some product out there that might take that oxidation off, but I don't think it's really mold. I think it's just an oxidation. But so that's what we're getting ready to do now. I'm gonna go ahead and set this up to clean the film first and get it onto another reel, and then we'll take this old reel and go wash it. Okay, so I'm going to take this reel, and I normally put it on with the film strip down like that, and I put it on to my little spindle. I built this little thing here. I kind of stick it on there. I've got some tape on there to kind of hold it. Now I put my little wheel on here that kind of helps hold that. So that's what I do with that side. On this other side, I've got this reel, which comes off of the Wolverine digital converter. This reel comes with that machine. So what I do is, this has a spot for film in it right here. I don't know if you can see that slot or not in there. Right there. Anyway, there's a slot in it, and that slot's on this side. On this one is on this side. So I'm going to put this one also on that side. Slip that on there, and then I just put my little keeper on there. Okay, now if you notice, I've made little handles. Now this does work okay. I've got it set up on a couple little tables that kind of wobble, so you have to bear with me on that. So anyway, so we'll get started. What I do is, this white stuff, it doesn't do well with this cleaner right here. Okay, it literally will wipe that white stuff completely off of that film. I think it's a coating or something on the film for the leaders, the white leader, and it doesn't do well. I go ahead and clean it very, very lightly. I just don't crimp it very hard. I'll show you how I do it here in just a second. But I do clean it just to get it clean, but you cannot rub it because it will literally eat that stuff right off. At least this chemical does. So you just got to be careful with this stuff with old film. Before I get too far into this, I go ahead and take some cleaning fabric. This is actually for cleaning film. It's real soft. But what I do is I don't want to waste a whole sheet because I don't need to. I take and I cut this into 4 pieces. It doesn't have to be perfect. Cut that into 4 pieces. Okay. Depending, I usually only use 1 to 2 pieces each time I clean. I don't like to, when I clean this leader, this white leader, I usually clean it with 1 and then I clean the rest of it, the film, with another one because that white rubbing off. I want to get that on the actual film. Okay, so got that done. Put my scissors up there. Okay, let's get our PEC-12 out here. This is my cleaner, PEC-12. Pretty expensive stuff, but boy, it doesn't take much. Okay, so let's go ahead and unwind this a little bit. You gotta be careful with them. That one wants to stick pretty bad. Wow. Okay, so let's go around here. Remember that slot I showed you? I put it on the wrong side. You probably saw that on the film. Goes on this side like this. Well, okay. All right. Now this needs to go up. Remember, this leader's in bad shape. Let's find our, what'd I do? Maybe it was on the right side. Yeah, I had it on the right side. It looks like I've got 2 slots. One on one side, one on the other. So it's fooling me. Okay, so there, like I said, I normally clean those, but okay. Leaders. Just taking a little bit of squirt there. I'm going to go ahead and just clean that little bit of leader right there. And I'll save that because I can clean other leaders with it. Now, I can already tell you this old film is bad. It's got tape on it right here, taping it together, and that will not go through that machine. So I end up having to cut that much off of the film, so it just won't go through because the holes aren't in it. These have little holes on the sides and the film is pulled through with a little lever. You'll see it when I do it. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this wet. Okay. Then we're going to do our best to show you here. Okay, and get started. Okay, see, it's already catching on that tape. Okay, let's go beyond it. All right, here we go. Now, I'm not crimping this very hard at all. I've just got it barely pinched, and I'm just wiping as easy as I can. Stuff smells really good too. I know you can't smell it, but wow. It's pretty strong. You're going to have some pretty good ventilation. Now, this is a slow process, but this kind of gets any of the old mold or any dust off of it. I've done quite a few films this way, and it does work. You just got to be careful. It's very old film, and you're not going to be reproducing that unless you can get it digitized. Now, I can tell you while I'm doing this that sometimes this film will stop in that converter. It'll quit on a frame, and you have to restart it, and it makes a separate file. So you might end up with, you know, 2 or 3, 4 files of each film. So anyway, see, that's the end of it. I'm going to go ahead and just clean that again because that end is really bad. Okay, now let's see what we got here. It's pretty dirty. It's pretty dirty. I really don't want to do it again though, because I don't want to start wiping the color off of it. Anyway, what I was saying was that when if you have to stop the film 2 or 3 times while you're converting it, it makes, you know, 2 or 3 files. Well, you have to take your software after, you know, your processing software, and you have to put all that back together, which you have to edit it anyway. So you can put it in your whatever favorite software that you use. You can put it into there, and then you can edit it any way you want. You know, you can brighten it or darken it, or you can do certain things. So it just depends on your software. But anyway, you put the pieces back together in there. Not only that, but I can tell you this, that these old films, they had one camera, and they would film with that camera. They'd film just a little bit of one you know, event, and then they would lay the camera down, and a month later they'd pick that camera back up and film some more. They didn't do like today where you know, film all kinds of stuff and have one film. They had multiple films on one reel. So, or multiple events, and they may not even been related to each other, the events. So you can cut those up too if you so desire in your software after the fact. So I have been doing some of that because they'll be completely unrelated movies, and if I can cut them up, and right now my father and mother are able to help me figure out and identify what these films are. So, but if you don't have anybody to identify your old films, you know, you're kind of out of luck there, I guess. But I'm fortunate, and I still have somebody that can identify. If it's not my mom and dad, my uncle, who's in some of these, he can identify. So anyway, there's that. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this off of here. We got the film cleaned, okay? We're going to get this off of here. I want to show you. Yeah, it's really hard to see. Let me see if I can get some light for you over here on it. Kind of hard to see, but there's all kinds of oxidation in this thing. I mean, all kinds. So I am going to have to go wash this, and I won't show you that process. It's just like washing dishes. I'm going to scrub this. I've got a little bitty brush that I get down in there with and scrub it. So I'll do the best I can on it, at least get it a little bit cleaner than it is. So I'll be back in a minute or two. Okay, I'm going to bring it around here. Well, I got it clean. It is not perfect, but it's way better than it was. There's still a little bit on there, but I just can't get it off there. So anyway, so I got it all clean. Now, the one thing you need to do is make sure that these are completely dry before you put it back on. So what I'm going to do is hit it with a little bit of compressed air and just make sure I got all the water out of it before I rewind that film back onto here. So let's take a little bit of air here, and yeah, it's dry. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so if you remember right, this slot was to the back, okay, like this. That's the way we want it back again on there. So we'll put that on here. Okay. Now, this film comes back around here, okay, and goes underneath, because that's the way it came off, and then it goes in the slot. Now, it might be easier to take this little wheel off to get it started down in this slot. Okay. There we go. I really don't want to be touching. Okay. Now, this is the tricky part because you gotta hold it. You just gotta be real careful winding it, because see, it doesn't want to go back in there exactly the right way because of just being old. I just take my time and get it back on there. This is a very old film, so you don't want to get in a hurry. I really don't want to touch the actual. I don't want to touch it. I can kind of guide it. See, my problem is with this little apparatus that I built, I used to have a little cog piece that this would slip over, and it did not slip like it's doing. Well, it broke. And it's hard to build another one, so they actually make little things that do this same thing. Now, I'm not literally, I'm just guiding this film. I'm not touching the actual frames. So, so if I don't get this back on exactly right, or if it's spinning, or it really doesn't matter, because we're going to put it back on the, we're going to put it on the machine, and it unreels it again off of this onto that black reel there that we're taking it off of now. It converts it, puts it on that black reel over there, and then I have to rewind it and put it back on this little gray one, and then I box it up. I'm done with it. So I will show you that process here in just a bit. But this is my cleaning process here. Yep, there's a piece of tape there. That's definitely not going to make it through. Ooh. Now, let's do the best we can. Okay, then we just take her off of here, and there you go. So now we take her over to the machine and put it on there. All right, we're back, and I want to show you how I put these on. I'm sorry about the glare up here in my monitor with my light, but it's the only way I can get enough light on here for you to see this down here. And I'm not so sure you can still see it because it's kind of dark. So anyway, we've got this reel. This was the one that we were using on the right hand side of that cleaner. All right, and see, this does have, it has two sides. Insert film here and insert film here. So it doesn't matter which way you put this reel. So, but it goes on this side, and it does have cogs. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's got cogs that this thing goes in. See these right here? Okay. If you can't, just know that there is cogs, and you got to get it lined up. There, it went on. So, for the Super 8, this is an 8mm film. So for the Super 8, you've got to flip this switch right here to Super 8. over here, we flipped it back to 8mm, okay? Now, again, we want the film coming from the bottom like that, okay? And this Wolverine digitizer, it shows you the path. The dotted line is the place empty reel on, I can't see it, right side, yes. The rewinding route's in the dotted, okay? When you're rewinding it, you follow the dotted line with your film, okay? Now with the regular one, you use the solid line when we're converting. So anyway, let's get her put on here, okay? Okay, let's look and see. Does it have, no. See, this is a freewheeling right here. It has no cogs to put it in. Okay, so now what we have to do, this is a little tricky, you gotta open this door. Now, before I do anything, I take my air and I blow that out, because it's gonna be recording these frames. It records frame by frame right over that little window right there. So I want to make sure that that window is clean. So let's take our leader here. Let's go up underneath. We'll go to about, well, I tell you what we're going to have to do. Oh, I hate to do this too, but I'm going to have to go right past that tape. Eesh, I don't even know. See the grabber, the little lever grabber is right back here on this side. So if I've got tape there, I've got to skip 2 or 3 frames until I can hit it. Okay, and even then it might not do it because that tape, it just causes havoc. It just does. Okay, so what you do is you have to go underneath, right in the middle, and then, I'll show you here in a second. Okay, there. And then, I know it's hard to see what I'm doing, but there's little lips you gotta get this underneath. I kind of lift this up carefully. I got a little skewer toothpick. Okay, now this is kind of hard to do. Okay, and then go like that. And there, it's underneath. So, I don't know if I can get you in here to see that or not. Well, that white piece is right there. You have to get the film underneath that. And right in the center, see that silver piece right there? You got to get the film under that. And then on the other side here, there's another little white piece that you have to have the film underneath. Okay, and then, like I said, there's a little catch, a little lever that pulls the film through. So if you've got tape in this thing, like Scotch tape holding it, it just will not go through it. Okay, so let's follow the line now, if I can. Best thing for me to do is probably pop that lid down right now. Okay, that way I don't lose my film. Okay, let's go around just like it says, and then around to here. I'm gonna come through here. All right, and then you go like this. Okay, and then just kind of turn it up like that. Okay, now it is wired, so to speak. Okay, so now it's kind of a trial and error thing. We get the power turned on here. Let's see, should have TV. Where's my TV at? Yep, there we go. All right, so there we are. So now we've got her on the TV. It looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do is just hit enter, and it'll start. You can line this thing up if it's way off the frames. You can go in and line it up, but this looks pretty good. So bring it up here and look. That's me at 4 years old and my uncle. So let's go ahead and hit the start here and see what happens. Okay, there's select film type, 8mm. So select film type, 8mm, push lever to left, Super 8. It's okay, well, it's actually to the right. Okay, Super 8 is to the right, that's what it says. I'm doing 8mm. So let's get going. Please wait. All right, we're off and running. The only problem I'm going to have is when it gets down here to this tape, there's some tape in here splicing this thing together, it's going to stop. This takes a lot of time. Now I can tell you, once it's done running this film through, what I do is I stop it right at the end, and then I can go ahead and rewind it back onto here. All right, and once I rewind it, then I can go in and I can select USB, and I've already got a cord right here running over to my computer. Okay, and that activates, and then I can literally copy it directly from the machine to my computer. I can copy the file. So this has got an SD card in it, so it acts like an extra drive. That's the way your computer sees it. So you can either take the SD card out of it, the micro SD out of it, or you can just transfer it with a cable, which is what I do. And then I just put it in queue for editing. Like I said, if I have to stop this thing, which I will, or it'll stop for me. If I have to restart it, then it's going to make a whole new file. I'm going to leave a link down in the description to where you can buy this. You can also get this off of Amazon. They sell them there too. But I'll leave a link where you can actually go and get one of these. They're a little pricey, but if you're wanting to do your own 8mm and Super 8 film and don't want to send it off and trust somebody else to do it, this is a good way to do it. But you take a chance on messing them up no matter what, because of using that cleaner. That PEC-12 is what I use, and well, it's some good stuff. It does clean them really good. But I've had pretty good luck with that cleaner and this machine. There's kind of a learning curve to it, but it's not too awful hard, really. What I found is mostly the default settings work pretty good on it. I'm sure that there's some kind of cleaner for these reels that with oxidation. If you know what to use to clean that stuff, why don't you leave a comment about it. Let me know what you would use to to clean that oxidation off really good. I think the PEC-12 does pretty good on the film. Like I said, when I'm doing that, when I'm cleaning that, when I'm pinching that film, I'm not pinching very hard at all. Yeah, see, that's the end of it anyway. See, you got the holes. That's how you knew it was the end. And you gotta get ready to shut her off like right now. Okay. That is actually converted now. So let's open this up. Okay. Here's where I use my little thing. I could have let it run on through, but okay, there. I just pop that up carefully. Run this on through like this. Then, okay, let's pop this one off. Now notice that the slot's on the back side. Okay, so I'm going to pull this around. I'm going to go like that and turn it around so the slot's there. This I'm going to turn around like this and then stick it on here. Okay, here in a minute. Come off there. There. There we go. Okay. Now, this goes on like this. Okay. Now, feed it through here. Let's put our door down. Okay. Feed it through here and up around. Come on now. Right in here. Okay. Take up some slack here. Is it still in there? Yep, it is. Okay. That ready, that ready. Now, what we do is we hit the menu. Okay, and then go back here to rewind. See how that's where it was at. Go down here to rewind and then hit enter. Remove film from light table, then swap reels. Okay, that's what we did. And then go. I'm not pushing very hard at all. I'm just kind of guiding it. There's the leader. There we go. And we take it and just put her back in the box for the next few years. Okay? Now this box has writing on it of what this film was. So I will probably name my folder that I just talked about a little while ago. I'll probably name it that, whatever the writing is on the front. That way I know what this film is. So now the next thing, set that film aside. I can go ahead and take this reel off too. Set it over here for get ready for the next. So what we do is we go to menu, okay, and we go to USB. Up, hear that? Yep, there it is. Film scanner, movie. Right here it is. So we pull it up here. Look at there. Isn't that something? I'll be. Okay, so there it is. So this is the drive that's on the scanner over here, the little Wolverine converter. I usually go, let's see. Trying to think where I put it. unprocessed videos. There it is. 8mm Super 8s. So I just make a folder in here and then I transfer that file into it. Okay, well, I think this is where I'm going to end the video tonight. So I hope you enjoyed that. I love converting the old films, but I hope you enjoyed it too. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment or two. Let me know about that cleaner if you know anything about a cleaner that would clean that stuff off of the reels, the oxidation. I would like to know about that. But anyway, I hope you come back and watch a few more of my videos. Subscribe to my channel if you will, and also hit that notification bell. Get notifications from my channel. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye.